Welcome to our video. Tanner's over there grabbing the trail cam.
Hey!
Probably really tiny over there with this camera. So, it's a early spring day. We're heading off to the Bushcraft shelter. We're going to be doing an overnighter in there. There's a light snow falling, but it's not cold. So, should make things fairly interesting. We're going to be doing something a little bit different this time. We'll explain later on once we get to the camp, but thanks a lot for joining us, folks. We're really hoping you guys enjoy, and I know we're going to have fun as usual. Right, Dana?
Yay! Fun as usual!
Hey, good everyone! Like we said on the trail, thanks a lot for joining us. We're at the Bushcraft shelter. We haven't spent an overnighter here in a few weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, so thought this would be a good opportunity to do it while there's still snow on the ground and no mosquitoes yet.
No, they're coming.
We're still allowed to travel, so we were happy to come down. However, as you guys know, we use the fire to keep ourselves warm. It's a damp, chilly day today, and so unfortunately there is currently a restriction on open air fires. And I totally understand why they're doing that, even though it's totally soggy here. There's no risk of this spreading anywhere. I'm sitting in a puddle of water and ice. But, you know, they want to keep the emergency crews available for true emergencies and not for fires burning out of control. So I totally understand it. However, we do have a method of staying warm, which is allowed. And we're going to be showing you guys that in a little bit. Hope it works out.
I hope so. It's going to be a chilly night.
Yeah. Even still, we have our winter sleeping bag, so no big deal there. But it's going to make it a bit more enjoyable if everything works out great. So, thanks a lot for joining us, folks. We're going to get started pretty soon. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I had planned on working on my table that I started with the Boreal from a few weeks ago. And I am going to work on it a little bit, but I'm not going to be able to complete it because as the irresponsible child I am, I forgot one of my key tools at home. But we're going to get working on it a little bit. And really, I think what we're going to do right now is see if our warming method will work for us. It's a bit chilly.
If not, we might have to put another jacket on.
Yeah.
Second warming method.
Yeah.
Back up.
All right, sounds good. We're going to get started. That's pretty stable. Okay. So, you guys probably guessed by now, got our new little stove. A few people have asked to see if we could try using a stove in the shelter. I wanted to do a little bit of a redesign before trying it out, but circumstances came up that it made it, you know, feasible to try it out. So, Sandra and I are of different minds. She doesn't think it's going to generate enough heat in here. I think it's going to be fine. We're going to have a friendly wager out of it. So we're going to take it out and set it up and see if we can have this set up in a safe way for us. So, want to come grab the bag, Sandra? You.
Board is just long enough.
Yeah, nice and stable too. Okay, so why is this okay and versus an open air fire? Well, the reason being we looked at the regulations that were put into place, and obviously this is contained, so it's not an open air fire. And it also the regulation stated that you know, anything that you use to make a fire must have a chimney. Luck would have it, we have a chimney. So we want to make sure that we stay within the regulations to keep things nice and safe as well. Big proponent of safety. So we're going to be following the rules, and we're going to make sure that this is set up in a safe, stable manner. Alright, so I know what you guys are thinking. This is not fully enclosed. I know what you guys are thinking because Sandra is thinking it too. I'm of the belief that this is going to generate a lot of heat, and the shelter is going to trap a lot of that heat even with this being wide open. Sandra is not totally convinced.
It's going to give a little bit of heat, but it's not going to be t-shirt hot.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Right now we're at around 2 degrees Celsius, which is around, I think, 37 maybe Fahrenheit. So we got the thermostat there. We'll film it. We'll show you guys a picture. And later on throughout the evening, we'll keep on showing what temperatures we're maintaining. Because we're going to have the fire in here, we're not going to burn nearly as much wood as we would in the fire pit. So we'll see how it works out. We might be colder than I expect. We might be warmer than you expect. We'll see how it works out.
I don't think I'll be sweating.
You won't be sweating.
No.
But I think you're going to be more comfortable than you're
Okay.
expecting. That's all I'm promising.
All right. More comfortable than right now is comfortable.
All right, let's set up our chimney. Thank you. Alright, so as you guys know, this is where we, or as some of you know, I keep forgetting, we sometimes have new viewers. We built this this little log shelter here last fall. So we keep our firewood in here that we use when we're using the super shelter. A lot of our logs are really big. Oh, yep, untie this. Almost went blind. See, might not only be able to have to take out this part. So, like I said, we keep our firewood in here. And it's done a fairly good job. We started using longer logs for the bushcraft shelter, and we have those shorter ones there that we can use too, but we also keep some hardwood here for when we come down and use the hot tent, which uses a stove, which works out perfectly for us because we have some nice hardwood. So we're going to chop some of this up, get our fire going.
And there's a witch's broom in there too.
And there's a witch's broom. Nice. Alright, save it for another day. Bring a couple of these. Get us going. Alright. We also keep some cedar inside, and in the corner there you'll see some more hardwood and cedar that we keep. So that's what we're going to use to start up our fire today. Everything's all wet and soaked. Really glad that we decided to build a raised bed for our wood over there because it's just a giant puddle of ice and water. That's harder than I thought. Come on. I'm not good at starting a fire with a lighter.
I was going to say, somehow it looks easier with a ferro rod.
Yeah. we're good. Let's see how it goes. We got a nice fire burning right now. It feels really nice. I really don't want to leave, but we got to go gather some firewood for the evening. Sandra and I are each going to go in our own directions. We're going to bring our saws, and we're going to do our best to try to find some dry wood out there. We have a lot of dry wood inside the shelter, but we want to complement our hardwood. So we're going to go and try to find some softwood out there. It's been really wet lately, and a lot of snow has melted from the trees, so the wood out there is fairly soaked. But we're going to do our best to try to find some thing that's dry, and then we're going to collect each a little bundle so we have enough for the evening. That's really nice.
I can see you're approaching 10 degrees there, I think.
Yeah, she's warming up in here. We'll see how it does long term. But right now we're going to build up the hardwood coals.
Hey, I'm walking around looking for dead standing softwood. I did find a couple. This is what we want. We want the stuff that the bark's gone off of it. This be nice and dry. This one might be a little bigger than what we want to use for now, so I'm gonna look around, and I saw a couple over here that might work. These are smaller, these two here. They're nice and dry. I'm gonna cut these two down, bring those out for Mike, and see if he says they're good enough.
This one started out really skinny and then got bigger. So we can use the smaller pieces for
Nice.
kind of going. I got another one. The other one's better than this one.
We'll do this in comfort.
Me too. You drop one in the middle.
Did I?
Well, on the other side.
There's the first load of firewood. We're going to get some more, but we also have some hardwood. So this is just to complement it. There's a couple of pieces of hardwood at the bottom there, but this is a pretty good start. It's really quick to gather, so we're going to get some more, but pretty happy with what we got so far. So some might be curious and not familiar with our little water reservoir here. The reason why we have this little tank here with this pipe coming out of it, what it does is it collects the water, holds it into this little bin here, and the sediment drops in. So a lot of the water flowing out is nice and clean. Right now, most of the water is clean, but if I just walk around a little bit, I can definitely see some debris in the water quite easily. So this is giving us some nice clean water. Now, it's not actually flowing as well as it usually does. The snow and ice over the winter actually pushed our reservoir forward. So later on, when the ground is not as frozen, I'm going to come back and I'm going to fix that up. So even later on in the season, when there's less water rushing down, this will flow a lot better than it does right now. However, it works for us. We've had running water all winter long here, even in minus 20 degrees. So it's been working great for us for the last couple of years. So really happy with it. Well, I think Santa's out there tearing down trees with their bare hands. I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh, those have been an eyesore for 2 years.
Oh, you're just clearing out some trees that dropped?
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, got our water heating up. As Santa plays in the forest. So how you guys doing so far? Oh, we've collected a little bit of wood. We're drying some underneath. Every time I put some new wood on the stove, the smoke just changes color, just turns totally white. The wood's fairly damp, but we got a good bed of coal, so after a little while it takes off. So we haven't built it up huge yet. We're kind of trying to conserve some of the wood, but as the night goes on, we're gonna throw in some more hardwood, and we're gonna make her nice and toasty in here.
Yeah, it's working.
It's working.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gone up.
Yeah, and we don't have it full blast yet. We're just maintaining a nice little.
But it's really like I
heat.
can feel a lot of heat here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So we're going to be cooking our supper. We're going to have fish cakes.
Yep. Fried fish cakes with butter.
We love that. It's a nice, easy meal, and it's nice and filling.
Yep.
Nice warm meal on the wood stove. It's going to be great. So we're going to do an early shout out. Usually we've been doing 2 every night. We try because. A lot of great followers, which is awesome. This one's a little bit different. Want to say hi to Richard Smith.
Hey, Richard Smith.
How you doing there, Richard? Richard is another one who's been following us for a long time. He's out in the Philippines, so I hope everything is great over there. Hope keeping safe and enjoying hopefully some nice weather if you can. Richard had a special request. He asked if we enjoyed beverages. Which we do. We do. Responsibly. As much as we can. He asked if we enjoyed Miller Lite. And I'll have to be honest with you, I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to my beers. I'm a snob when it comes to my beers and coffee. Kind of snooty. I do enjoy an IPA and a lot of microbrews and all that. But poor Richard said that he can't get Miller Lite in the Philippines and he misses it. So, this one's for you. That kind of worked out.
Yeah.
So there you go. Like I said, it's not my favorite, but cheers to you, sir. Thanks for asking for the shout out, and see how this is. I can drink it.
You can drink it?
I can drink it.
Uh-oh. Richard, somebody else going to drink your beer. There won't be any left when you get back. Oh yeah, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yep.
Won't be my go-to, but
yep.
Thanks for the suggestion. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's something we didn't expect to be doing. I was always hoping to have the stove in the shelter at some point, but I was going to do a lot of adjusting, and I was going to try to enclose the whole thing. I know some people watching the video are probably wondering, why do you have a wood stove in a half-enclosed shelter? But it's working. We're nice and comfortable out here. It's around the freezing mark out there, so it's nice to have a little bit of warmth. So pretty happy, and it's not a bad beer.
You know, maybe Richard is a beer snob too, and he prefers this to,
Yeah, maybe he is.
IPAs.
Yeah, maybe he is.
Right?
Yeah, it's true.
You never
true.
know.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean you're drinking the good beer.
That's true. It's true. I didn't mean to say it like I was looking down on you. My apologies. I was being self-centered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call.
No, but that's a good beer.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I've had worse.
Here's to Richard.
I was looking
Delicious.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, it's gonna be good. Mmm. My anger, Sandra. Take it off the stove. You guys see that?
Take it off, you're gonna have to wait longer to eat.
Nice.
Just thinking of putting it closer there for a bit.
Stove's working out great. Kind of crazy having it hanging halfway outside of a shelter, but working great for us. We're nice and comfortable. I do miss
The fire.
Yeah, it's nice to just kind of look at it and stare, but
Right now we're staring at the fish cakes.
yeah. I mean, I shouldn't complain. We're lucky we're out here.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful day. Colder than I expected it to be.
Well, it was overcast most of the day. The sun
Yeah.
just came out
Yeah.
maybe a couple hours ago.
Oh, it's gonna be delicious.
Make it easy for you.
Thank you. Fish cakes. Smells amazing. What you doing?
Oh, I'm gonna try to work on my spoon. I thought I might have time.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
See, next to Sandra, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but I've split up some hardwood that we had, mixed it in with the smaller round sticks there as a softwood. So
Over there?
for this stove, that hardwood's going to last a good long amount of time. So we're pretty much set up for most of the evening. If we need more wood, there's plenty to find. That's pretty good.
Maybe you're gonna come back later and there'll be a whole bunch of kuksas and spoons over here. I'm gonna carve the whole pile.
Then you're going to go get more firewood.
I don't think
Or
that
we're going to be burning kuksas and spoons.
I don't think that would happen for the amount of time it takes me to do just one spoon.
Yeah, I
Like,
suppose, yeah.
I don't think I'll be carving all that.
Yeah. See all the, as you can see, all this rot. But basically this is all rotten wood. I'm just trying to get rid of it. It's not meant to be pretty. The only reason I'm doing that is to kind of allow it to last a little longer. So if I can remove most of the rot on it, maybe the core will stay in better shape long term. This is all rotten. I don't think this table is going to work. It's too far gone. I mean, parts of it is okay. Maybe I'll work away at it, see what I can do, but I'm obviously no woodworker just by exhibiting my lack of skills right now. But was supposed to be nice and simple, but all this rot on it, not ideal. Alright, so this little project did not go as expected. Very disappointed, but it's not done yet. But maybe I should, I don't know if I should cut my losses now. As you can see, this big chunk I just took out here, that was all rot. The rest of it's fairly solid. So, see if I can salvage it and make a table out of it. I mean, it's just for a bushcraft shelter, so it doesn't need to be perfect, but I was expecting something nicer. Oh well. Sandra's got the right temperament to be a carver. She takes her time, very meticulous. I kind of rush into stuff, so I'm not very good at it. But the only issue with Sandra is she's also a perfectionist. So no matter how much she carves into that spoon, she'll probably never consider it finished.
I'll never be done.
No, no. Unless it's perfect, it'll never see the light of day.
Well, this is probably the better one that I've made. So,
yeah.
Yeah, and I'll probably be done. Probably gonna leave it alone after I'm done with it tonight, because I want to start something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to pass me a piece of hardwood.
One like this size? Or?
Yeah, fine. Cute. Should probably save the birch bark though. Could come in handy.
By the way, thank you, Terrence. These knives work great. It's much easier to carve with more than 2 knives.
So our ground is a bit swampy, so we're going to try to fix that up a little bit. Probably should have started from this end. I started from the wrong end. These are pretty short.
Well, yeah, I was just cutting little ones to just put on the ground. I didn't know they were going to go big.
I didn't know it was going big.
Well, you went bigger than me. over at the top end there, it's not as muddy.
Yeah. We could use some more. That should be good. There. Looks prettier.
Yep.
I think. Add some greenery.
So we start traveling over it and it turns all muddy again.
Oh, it'll do. What do you think, Sandra?
It's much better.
Yeah?
Yeah. I can almost take my boots off now.
There. My feet aren't going.
Well, no. Yeah.
There we go.
I was only out there for a couple minutes and I got a chill.
Yeah, it's a big difference from
There
outside.
and here.
Yeah. Glad we brought the little stove.
Yeah.
Yeah, not being able to have a fire here. I mean, we still go camping without campfires sometimes, but when there's still snow on the ground, it's nice to have a heat source.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been fun to huddle around the jet boil.
No. I just put those there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Just put a couple small ones. Maybe. Do you have another piece of hardwood there I can use?
Oh,
Something
yeah.
small.
Something small?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, that should work. Time for new gloves.
Yes, it is. I've been looking for another pair like that and I haven't found any.
Must have had these for like 10 years now.
I know. Oh, I thought you were done, Holly.
Great.
If you want some more, I have some here.
No, we're good. We just want to keep it going while we have the embers.
Yep.
As the sun's gone down, still some daylight, but the sun is set and temperatures are falling. Pretty happy we brought the stove.
Yeah, it's making a big difference. We'd be chilled if we wouldn't have it. Yeah.
No, it was really worth bringing it, and we're having a great night. I mean, there's no wind. It's just another one of those perfect camping nights.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's really quiet. Every once in a while we'll have a crow making weird noises, but other than that, everything is really perfect. Like I said, we're both huddled against the stove, but we're not chilled. We're nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
So having this little stove here is great. Right now it's not pumping out its full heat yet, so we just put a couple extra sticks in there, so it's nice. Really nice.
Yep.
Great way to spend a Saturday.
Yep,
Could do worse.
for sure. Yes, we could.
That's really nice. You guys hear that?
It's not the crow. This pot's going nuts.
It's like we're trying to find an old AM radio station.
Yeah. And we don't have like a live squirrel in there or anything. It's just water. It's just water. Nope. Anger.
A lot of static now. There we go. We got some lemon juice.
Some special juice.
Some special juice. And some fresh wilderness snow melt water. Smells like window cleaner.
Mr. Clean.
Yeah, it tastes like hot window cleaner.
No, thank you.
Oh, you can take a sip.
I'm not gonna have window cleaner.
Just try it out. It's not that bad. Okay. I didn't mix it strong at all.
If anything, it'll warm my hands.
Mhm.
Is it hot?
It's not super hot. It's hot enough to warm you, but it's not boiling hot. Well, it's not that bad. It's
Window cleaner.
no.
I'll stick to Miller Lite.
Hey, it's warm. It's a warm beverage. Situation hasn't changed much.
It's still dark.
Still dark. A little bit darker than it was, although we have a 3/4 moon, so once you get away from this bright light there, it's not too bad out there.
Yeah, you can see the moonlight on the snow.
Yeah.
So that's good.
We are so incredibly happy that we brought the stove with us. Because sitting out here without having some kind of heat source wouldn't have been as much fun.
No.
No. So this has worked out great. I mean, we didn't have to get a whole lot of wood, and it's keeping us nice and toasty. And we're having a great old time. So we kind of broke the laws of our videos.
Not yet, but it's coming.
Well, we did. I mean,
Oh.
usually we'd have 2 shout-outs in a video, and this one we've already had 3. So figured might as well throw in one more. So a 4th one, we have Brian Thornton. Hi there, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
How are you? Thank you so much for requesting a shout-out. Brian has actually, he requested a shout-out a little while ago. Basically, his line was, he was jealous and he wanted a shout-out. So, there you go. Also, he, follow-up to our last video. So, thanks for following, keep on staying with us. He mentioned, at the time, I said a thank you to a lot of people who are, you know, in healthcare and in retail. And he mentioned that he was a truck driver, and of course, you know, thank you so much for all you do, because you know, you guys are keeping this going, you know, right? A lot of stores where you see earlier where the shelves were bare, and it's because of guys like you who keep everything, you know, filled out for us, and you know, keep the supplies running. So thank you so much for everything you do through in these hard times. So thank you, Brian. Really appreciate it. Hope you like this little video. Like always, we're still having fun.
Yep.
Staying warm, and we're probably going to be up for a little while, but pretty soon we're probably going to jump into those sleeping bags.
Yeah. It is. I mean, we have warm, but it is getting chillier. Like,
It is, yeah.
Yeah. We're just below our 10 degree there.
Just below our 10, so
Yeah.
although it's been fun,
Yeah.
we're staying right close to the fire, and it's nice and comfy. So thanks, everybody. So appreciated. Hope you guys will like this little video, and we'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Still too hot to drink.
I'll try my cold beverage.
Oh, there you go, yeah. Sandra's tougher than I am. I'll do that.
Okay. Now we gotta wait.
Yep.
Oh, the fire is finally going pretty good there.
Nice.
Feel the heat now.
Yep.
Actually, the pipe here is red.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it going too well?
Well, it's really red there.
Alright, let's lock some of that heat in. What happened to my phone tag?
I'm sitting on it.
Oh, that is nice, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we got a good heat going there.
Nice. Toast up my gloves.
Cold?
Not cold. It's warm, but it'll get hot. No, it's not cold. Yeah, not hot.
It's like new citron. There's a spider running around on your knee.
What's with all the spiders?
They're attracted to you, obviously.
Apparently, yeah. Cute. Okay, so as you can see behind me, we have all our bedding all prepped up. The only thing I got left is my foam mat. I'm going to put that underneath once I set up my side of the bedding. So, yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
A whole lot of fun. More than expected. The little stove has worked out great for us. Sandra was right in the sense that we didn't manage to get the whole shelter as warm as I had hoped. I guess it makes sense. The whole thing is open. But we stayed warm. We had the fire right next to us, and we just kept on feeding it, and we haven't burnt that much wood.
No.
And it's worked out great. So, thanks a lot for sticking around with us, folks. We had a great time already. We're going to set up our bedding and hit the sleeping bag soon, so we'll see you guys in the morning.
Good night.
Unless you had something you want to add.
Good night.
Good night.
No. So few words.
So few words. A few people have asked me to let Sandra talk more. Trust me, Sandra doesn't allow me to tell her what to do.
No.
Sandra prefers that I do most of the talking, and I'm a bit of a blabbermouth, so it kind of works out.
Yeah, I just wait till you mess up and then I make fun of you.
Yeah. So it works out for the both of us. Anyway, good night, everyone.
Good night. I'm going to have some apple cider.
Oh, nice. Nice. I'm going to have some hot window cleaner.
I know mine tastes better than yours.
Well, mine tastes pretty good. It's not that bad. It's not window cleaner. It's a lemon coconut hot toddy. It
Yeah.
makes it sound fancier. Yeah. Sophisticated.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that.
Night, everyone. Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Bit of a chilly night, folks. A little bit colder than we expected, I think.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't too bad in the sleeping bag, but went outside a couple of times. Had some firewood, and every time I was rushing to get back into the sleeping bag. But it's not a bad morning. No wind at all. Things are overcast, but not too bad. About to have a cup of coffee. Got a really fun night. Sitting by the wood stove, keeping nice and warm, listening to music. Middle of the woods. Nothing better. I think Sandra is about ready to rise.
Yep. I'm gonna rise.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pharaoh, Sandra in her mummy bag. One thing about having the wood stove, you don't have to wait long to have hot water. You just left it on that pan there and it kept it warm, so you just put it on the main portion of the stove this morning and within minutes we had hot water. So yeah, that's good. That's good. So, just gonna enjoy a nice warm cup of coffee and toast up some English muffins with some croton. That should be pretty good.
And butter.
And butter. Yes. Croton, in case you're interested, is a type of meat spread. Doesn't sound appetizing, but it's very good. There's pretentious me with my fancy beers and
Yeah.
croton.
What?
Nothing.
It's morning.
I know it's morning. I didn't say anything.
I heard you yawn too when you got up.
I didn't say anything. Not allowed to look at you?
You have to be that way.
What way am I being? How dare you look at me? Tanner's having a morning, folks. Grumpy Sandra. Might have to steal your knife.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Do you want that bun first?
Yep. It's a spread that we have here. It's a bit hard to describe. Usually I can give you an English name for it, but unless it's called cretins, which is usually an insult, it's creton, and it's a mix of pork and various spices. I believe it's native from Quebec. I believe that's where. I don't know that it's popular elsewhere, though I could be wrong. It's an acquired taste. Not everybody likes it, but we do.
It's either French or Acadian, which is basically the same.
I don't know, it might be popular in Europe. I'll have to look into it. I don't think so. I think it's a French-Canadian thing.
I don't want that. I need the knife because I'm going to just chop up the other two and put them in there, and then I'll butter up. Okay, so I think this is going to be it for my spoon. I've been working on it for a while, but I never have too much time, so a little bit here and there, and I'm pretty happy with where I am for now. I have little nicks and stuff, but I'm just going to try to sand those out a little bit. I have a hard time getting those out with the knife because I'm just a beginner. So I'm going to take that home and work on it again, and maybe next time we come out I'll be able to use it to eat my meal or stir my coffee. And now I get to move on to my next project, which I'm not sure yet if it's going to be a kuksar or spoon. I'd like to be able to do both, but can't wait to get something else started.
gorgeous Sunday morning.
Yeah, it is.
I so wish we could spend another day here, but unfortunately we have to go home.
Yeah.
Don't have a choice. But we had a lot of fun. We didn't have a full fire, and we missed that a little bit, but the stove,
Oh yeah, it worked.
yeah, it was a nice consolation prize. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We sure had fun. Hope to see you again soon. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.